Have you ever felt a place calling to you across time? For me, Egypt has always been that place. It's a land filled with mystery and wonder. Its ancient sands seem to whisper stories of pharaohs and gods. When you think of Egypt, you imagine incredible sights. You picture giant pyramids reaching for the sky. You see golden treasures and winding rivers. This country has a magic that is truly timeless. It pulls you in and makes you want to explore every corner of its rich history. It's a destination that stays with you long after you've left. Egypt is a place that truly sparks the imagination. It's like stepping into the pages of a history book. But it's so much more than just old stones and artifacts. It's a vibrant country with a unique culture. The stories of ancient queens like Cleopatra and powerful pharaohs like Ramses II come alive here. You can almost feel their presence as you walk through ancient temples. The art, the beliefs, and the achievements of this ancient civilization are simply astounding. Seeing the pyramids of Giza for the first time is truly breathtaking. You might have seen countless pictures of them. You might have watched them in movies. But nothing prepares you for their sheer size and grandeur in person. They rise from the desert plateau, so massive and ancient. It feels like they have been there forever, watching over the land. The sunlight catches their weathered stones, and you can't help but stop and stare. It's a moment that really makes you feel small in the face of such incredible history. These are not just structures, they are monuments to human ingenuity. The most famous of these is the Great Pyramid of Giza. It was built for the pharaoh Khufu around 4,500 years ago. Can you imagine that? It stood as the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. Deciding to go inside one of the Great Pyramids is an adventure in itself. Many visitors choose to explore the Great Pyramid of Khufu. Be prepared, as it's not like walking through a modern building. The passages can be quite narrow and steep. Sometimes you have to crouch down to get through. The air inside is different too, still and ancient. It's important to be respectful of these incredible structures. Remember, you are walking through a monument that is thousands of years old. It's a unique experience, but it might not be for everyone if you dislike enclosed spaces. Once you are inside, the atmosphere is truly unique. It's quiet, except for the hushed voices of other visitors and your own footsteps. The sheer weight of the stone above you is palpable. You can feel the immense history surrounding you. The passages, like the ascending corridor, lead you deeper into the heart of the pyramid. It's dimly lit, adding to the sense of mystery. Not far from the Great Pyramid stands another iconic monument, the Great Sphinx. This colossal statue has the body of a lion and the head of a human. It is carved from a single piece of limestone bedrock. The Sphinx is truly massive, around 240 feet long and 66 feet high. As you approach it, its sheer scale is impressive. It seems to guard the Giza Plateau, gazing eastward towards the rising sun. Its weathered face holds an expression that many find mysterious and captivating. It has watched over this desert landscape for thousands of years. There are many mysteries surrounding the Sphinx. Who does its face represent? Most historians believe it depicts Pharaoh Khafre, who built the second pyramid. However, some theories suggest it could be even older. What was its original purpose? It might have been a guardian of the sacred necropolis, or perhaps it was an object of worship itself. The Sphinx has suffered damage over the centuries from erosion and human actions. There are stories about its buried body and attempts to restore it. Section 5. Sailing through history, a Nile River journey begins. The Nile River is the lifeblood of Egypt. It has been this way for thousands of years. The ancient historian Herodotus famously called Egypt the gift of the Nile. Without this mighty river, the great civilization of ancient Egypt could not have flourished. The Nile provided water for drinking and irrigation. It made the land fertile for farming in an otherwise desert region. It was also the main highway for transportation and trade. Even today, the Nile is central to life in Egypt. Its banks are green and lush, a stark contrast to the arid desert beyond. One of the best ways to experience Egypt is by taking a cruise on the Nile. You can choose different types of boats. Some people prefer a traditional wooden sailboat called a felucca. Others prefer a more luxurious dahabeeyah. These offer a very peaceful and intimate experience. Others opt for larger, modern cruise ships that have more amenities. Whichever you choose, sailing on the Nile is a magical journey. The pace is slow and relaxing. You can just sit back and watch the timeless scenery drift by. It's a wonderful way to travel between the ancient sites of Luxor and Aswan. Section 6. Temples by the water Luxor and Karnak from the Nile. Your Nile cruise will likely take you to Luxor. This city stands on the site of ancient Thebes. Thebes was once the glorious capital of Egypt during the New Kingdom. It is often called the world's greatest open-air museum. This is because it has an incredible concentration of ancient temples and tombs. Arriving in Luxor by river is a special experience. You can feel the weight of history all around you. The east bank of the Nile is home to the magnificent Karnak and Luxor temples. These are some of the most impressive religious structures ever built. Karnak Temple Complex is simply vast. You could spend days exploring it and still not see everything. It was built and expanded by many pharaohs over a period of about 2,000 years. Its most famous feature is the Great Hypostyle Hall. This hall has 134 massive columns, intricately carved and decorated. Walking through them feels like wandering in a forest of stone. The scale is overwhelming. Karnak was dedicated to the Theban triad of gods, Amun, Mut, and Khonsu. Don't miss the avenue of sphinxes that once connected Karnak Temple to Luxor Temple. Section 7. Valley of the Kings, a royal resting place. Across the Nile from Luxor on the west bank lies a very different landscape. The lush greenery gives way to arid desert mountains and valleys. This is the Theban necropolis, the city of the dead. Here, hidden away in a remote valley, is the famous Valley of the Kings. For nearly 500 years during the New Kingdom, pharaohs chose this isolated place for their tombs. They hoped these hidden tombs would protect their mummies and funerary treasures from robbers. The stark, rocky landscape adds to the sense of mystery and reverence. The idea behind the Valley of the Kings was secrecy. Unlike the pyramids, which were highly visible, these tombs were cut deep into the rock. Their entrances were meant to be concealed. Despite these efforts, most tombs were looted in antiquity. However, what remains is truly astonishing. Inside these tombs, you step into a world of vibrant color and intricate art. The walls and ceilings are covered with beautiful paintings and hieroglyphs. These texts and images depict the pharaoh's journey into the afterlife. Section 8. Cairo's Treasure Chest, the Grand Egyptian Museum. No trip to Egypt is complete without a visit to its incredible museum in Cairo. For many years, the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square housed the world's most extensive collection of ancient Egyptian antiquities. And now, the new Grand Egyptian Museum near the Giza Pyramids is set to be a truly world-class institution. As of my visit in 2025, it's becoming fully operational, and it is absolutely spectacular. This museum is a gateway to understanding the depth and breadth of Egyptian history. It provides context for all the amazing sites you visit across the country. Navigating a museum of this scale can be an adventure in itself. It houses hundreds of thousands of artifacts. You'll see colossal statues of pharaohs and gods. There are intricately decorated sarcophagi and coffins. You can marvel at everyday objects like tools, pottery, and jewelry. These items offer a fascinating glimpse into the daily lives of ancient Egyptians, from royalty to common people. The museum is thoughtfully laid out. It takes you on a chronological journey through Egypt's long and rich past. Plan to spend at least half a day or even a full day to truly appreciate its wonders. Section 9. Egypt's Enduring Embrace, a Journey's Reflection. As our journey through Egypt comes to an end, it's time to reflect on all the incredible sights. We've stood in awe before the majestic pyramids of Giza. We've pondered the mysteries of the enigmatic Sphinx. We've sailed peacefully along the timeless Nile River, watching history unfold on its banks. We've explored the grand temples of Luxor and Karnak. We've delved into the colorful tombs in the Valley of the Kings. And we've marveled at the priceless treasures in Cairo's magnificent museum. Each of these experiences leaves a lasting impression. Visiting Egypt is so much more than just a vacation. It has a profound emotional impact. There's a sense of wonder that comes from witnessing structures built thousands of years ago. You feel a deep connection to the past, to the people who lived and dreamed in this ancient land. Standing where pharaohs once walked, or seeing art that has survived for millennia, is truly humbling. It makes you think about your own place in the long story of humanity. Egypt has a way of touching your soul and leaving you with a sense of awe.